All right. Once you log in on the login screen, this is our home page where you will be able to navigate through our website and see how to issue contracts, how to set up or add a user, how to update or edit a user, and to see any type of sales report, anything that has been sold. So now we're going to start and go ahead and issue a contract. So we're going to go to actions, and then we're going to go to add a contract. When you click on add a contract, it's going to open up a new screen. So make sure your pop-up blockers are set so it can allow to open the new screen. So when you get to sell or sell odometer, you're just going to list whatever the vehicle has, whether it's new or used. So this one will just put 5 miles. It's a new vehicle. Enter the VIN number. Once you enter the VIN number, you can either just click off of it or click tab, and then it'll read the VIN and populate the vehicle information here. So you have your sale date, which would be today's date, and the in-service date. In-service date is when it was warranty registered. You can go ahead in here and click and edit the option that you're looking for, or the date. OEM warranty, you're going to click what the manufacturer warranty is for this vehicle. So this one's 12 months, and this is a red one. So this is just like a stock number for that unit being sold. After you enter this information, you will go to financial information, where you click on the drop-down box here. And when you click on the drop-down box, you have the option of a balloon deal, lease, loan, or a cash deal. We're going to go with the loan deal, so that way we get a little bit more of options, and it gives you how to sell gap and add gap on here. Now, keep in mind that this is for street legal, and it also is for off-road or any vehicles that you're listing. So once you learn how to do it on one, it's all the same to do it on off-road, street, watercraft, and anything you're selling. So vehicle purchase price, we're just going to put a number in here, 10,000. Amount finance, we're just going to put 12,000. Term, just put 60 months. APR, we're just going to put 3. Monthly payments, you can just leave blank, and the system will go ahead and calculate based on any information you're putting. You can put numbers in there if you do like. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. Now, once you get to this section here, this section is only for gap products. So you have to make sure that you add a loan in order to get to this section. And this is where you go to lender search. So you will have a list of any of the lending, any of the lending financial institutions that you do use. So you can just list them on here, go through the options that you do have. So for this one, I'm just going to click on the first one, and you'll see that the lien holder information is already auto-populated. Once you're done with this screen, we're going to go on here and click to the next screen. Once you get to the next screen, this is a menu that it does give you. So on your far left here, you have your concept plan A, where this is where you can go ahead and add your extended service. And then if you notice, it does give you also the basic plan if you're interested in selling a basic or the advantage. So here, we're just going to go with the concept A. We're going to go ahead and list this unit with 36 months. Now, you will see you have your gap information right next to it. So on here, you will only have one option because this is a test. It gives you 2 options here. So for the option that you do have, we're just going to go with the 125%, 60 months. It's already on there for you. Now you have the option of priority maintenance listed here. So your priority maintenance, you have your 18 months and you have your 36. We'll just skip it because we don't really want priority maintenance at this moment. And then you also have your tire and wheel option, tire and wheel basic, and then you have your tire and wheel plus. So we're going to click here to sell the tire and wheel. We'll just sell for 60 months coverage. Now, keep in mind that you do have the tire and wheel option here. You also have roadside assistance, and you also have your cruiser option. Do not select the tire and wheel option here if you're going to get the separate plan for the tire and wheel. This is for the tire and wheel that's embedded into the service contract, and then this is a separate one. If you do select anything here, and you also select the options for the tire and wheel there, it will add everything together for you. So just keep in mind that you only select one or the other. Now, if you look on the right-hand side, it gives you what your cost is for each contract. And keep in mind that this is where you go and you're going to upsell it to the customer. So for your advantage, for your concept here, the extended service, we're going to sell it to the customer for $900. Your gap, we'll just say that we sold it to him for $340. Tire and wheel, we'll just put $500 that you sold it to him. And it adds up the total here for you of what it's going to cost. Now, if you ever have a customer, you're trying to show them the options that you do have for the customer. A nice feature that you do have is you can go on here and hide the prices. So once you hide the prices, you'll see that there's no prices shown anywhere, and the option for the prices do go away on the right-hand side. So you can go ahead and present it to the customer and tell them, hey, look, this is where you have your concept plan, this is where you have your gap, priority maintenance, and your tire and wheel. What is it that you'd like to select? Now, after you're done presenting that, if you do want to go back and list your prices, just go back to show prices and everything will be shown on there for you. Now, a cool feature that you do have also is you can have the customer sign and date whether the customer declined certain coverages and accepted coverages that you did offer for him. So for example, let's just say it's PPM, just to keep it short, at, let's just say the customer declined it. If you click on print, it does go to this option here. We just click cancel, and this is what the print screen, you can print this out and give it to the customer, and here we'll show you what the customer selected, which is a concept plan. Then you also have the gap here, and you also have the tire and wheel, and then these are the coverages that were declined. We didn't offer them, but they do show up on there. So we didn't offer the priority maintenance, or he didn't want it, so that's fine. And then you just have the customer sign and date here, and then here we'll give you all the totals of what the customer paid for. All right, so now we're just going to click out of here and close this. So once you're done with this section here, you already wanted the coverages that you wanted to select, and if you feel comfortable, you're good. Now we're going to go to the next screen. Now do please keep in mind that if you ever need to go back to the previous screen to edit any information, do not click backspace or click on the arrow that you see on the top left-hand corner. Just use the arrow that you see on the top right-hand corner to go back to the previous screen. So we don't have to go back for any reason, so we're going to continue moving forward. Once we do move forward, this is the next screen that it brings you up. So here is where you will list the customer's information. So here I'm just going to put test information, my last name, my address, all right, so here, when you list the customer's information and you put their address here, once you enter their zip code and the state, the city will auto-populate, or if it doesn't auto-populate for you, you can always click on verify and it will give you that information. For any reason, if it tells you that it's not listed on here, just make sure you go back and check the zip code, check the state that you're trying to sell. All right, so here's the customer's information, and just make sure that you enter a phone number. I'm just going to put random numbers. All right, so here's the vehicle information that you have listed. Verify, make sure all that is correct. The loan information that you have listed, make sure that is correct. And once you're done and everything is verified, you can select on the user that you select here. You're going to have an option where it has your name, because you're going to be the finance manager that sold this deal for that customer, or did the deal for this customer. Now, if you look on the bottom here, on the bottom section of the screen, it will give you the products that you sold to this customer. So it'll give you the concept plan, which is extended service contract, the gap, and it also gives you the tire and wheel. You will have these options here. You just leave these blank. Do not enter any contract number, because the system will auto-populate a contract number for you. So you just leave these blank. After you're finished with all of this here and make sure everything is correct, now you're going to proceed to the next screen. So once you click on the next screen for me, all right. So now we did issue the contracts here already. So once we issue the contracts, you will see that it gives you the contract numbers here on this left-hand side. So it gives you the contract numbers for the extended service, gap, and your tire and wheel. The reference number will just stay blank. We don't need the reference number because you got the contract numbers. And then it gives you what prices you sold each contract and what it is. Now, when you get to this screen here, you have one or two options. You can either close the screen because you're already done, or if you want to print out the extended, like the contracts for this customer and have them sign and date that, if you look on here on the very top right hand corner, there's going to be a little print. Click on that for me, and it will show you the service contract, the gap, and the tire and wheel. It'll show you all continuous in one screen, so it's not separate contracts, just separate things you need to click to, like you're used to. So here we have the extended service contract, and mind you, I am going to go a little bit fast just to go through each one. Here's the same extended service contract. Now we get to the gap. And we have several copies of each contract that does pull up, so that's why I'm going a little bit quicker here. And then here is your tire and wheel contract. All right, so now that we are completed with that, you can go ahead and close the screen. It's going to ask you if you want to close the page. You say okay. That's fine. And then it's going to bring you up to this main screen again.